I can barely even see anymore.
Jerry?
What?
There's a kink in the room.
What?
Did you hear something?
Slim Jim's missing as well.
But when I go out to a random friend or random person I know from work who has no interest in exploring, they don't have that exploring bug, as you could say. They're like, well, what the hell? Why do you do that? That's just stupid.
It's a certain visceral experience you can't really define.
Going underground in tunnels, sewers, drains, on roofs of buildings.
It's exploring your environment, anything urban, anything man-made.
Découvrir Paris, pour découvrir et puis le côté historique de la chose.
How's it going, man?
What's your complaint exactly?
What's your complaint exactly? You're trespassing.
Exploring, while it's portrayed possibly in certain branches of the media and on certain websites as an elite, super ninja thing to be doing, actually is, for us anyway, about having fun. Anyone inside the castle, get the fuck out.
We're here on a frigid night in Minneapolis, about to head where it's a little warmer, underground.
You just have to have a name for what you do, and I guess urban exploring's the name.
That is gorgeous. And we're at the second to top floor of a building that has all the walls totally knocked out, looking down at the city.
It's just kind of a natural curiosity. We want to see how things work and what's kind of behind those doors.
It's seeing things you don't expect to see and seeing things that people kind of just forget about.
I love visiting places that most people do not see, finding the hidden places that nobody knows about.
It's people that stop, take the time to look at and preserve history that otherwise would be lost forever and not even noticed.
It's like hacking, but in the real world environment.
It is private property, but we try to make sure that there's no trespassing signs and no fences to kind of keep us within the law.
The current threat advisory is...
That announcement today from the Homeland Security Department.
It is inherently, even before 9/11, a pretty suspicious-looking activity slinking around, getting into these supposedly secure places, you know, dressed up with lights on your head.
The officers searched the suspects and found...
equipment, gas masks.
They thought we were terrorists.
Frankly, I'm a lot more scared of getting caught than getting hurt or falling through a roof or whatnot, because although you just have to pay attention to what you're doing, a trespassing record could hurt you for life.
It didn't take the cops very long at all to figure out that these guys were not terrorists.
Once we get over this fence, we're going to be doing something illegal. Trespassing.
After further questioning, the suspects identified themselves as urban explorers.
Did Christy get you a list of the accessories that we need to put on that page? It's a small e-commerce company. I started out as a call center rep and have wound up being a site manager. It's a decent job. I get paid okay. There's a lot of perks to it. A lot of my photographs, map of the U of M steam tunnels, blueprint of the entire Hams brewery there.
Max is pretty on the ball. He stays in his office and does his stuff, and he's really quiet here, and I don't know. It's just very much a separate world. I don't have any Max action stories from work, I guess.
I try try not to let it go to my head that, you know, there's a lot of people who really look up to Max Action and Action Squad. Got a lot of people into it. We're going to the West Bank Mill Tail Race tunnels. They're over here, and it's cold, so I'm gonna go now. That's the U on their track and field. We snuck into the track and field building through the steam tunnels and raced around the course. I was trying to get someone to use the pole vault pit, but nobody would. We put together a list of the code of conduct back in the day when this is before we found out about urban exploration as a movement. No theft, no vandalism, no drinking while you're on an action squad, because I had some bad experiences going out with drunk friends. We're about to get into the West Bank Milltail races and see if we can find the raft and explore the system. Unless it stays this shallow, which it does not. So we go back and get inside. I can get very much, you know, you look at these old machines or whatnot and think about when they were in use and what they did and how things have changed since the 1880s, 1890s. These are tunnels that used to let the water go back out to the river when the flour mills kind of drove the early Minneapolis economy. It's just interesting to look around and think about, you know, where you are and why it's there.
Well, since he couldn't get back through because the water was up too high, I found a side tunnel here, which he just disappeared into. Hey, Max.
We're taking you to a pretty remote site out in the Florida Everglades. The place itself is pretty amazing. There's not really, I don't think, anything else like this that anyone's found. Yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. Actually, I think you can see where we're going. It's way off in the distance. If you can see out there, there's a building way out. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's straight out that way. It's a big building out there. This is the reason we came out here. It's, as you can see, there's a big metal cover here, and where it's covering up is actually a very large experimental rocket engine, one of a kind. It was a prototype. This is the test site for the largest rocket engine ever fired in the history of the planet. This is pretty awesome. Well, basically down here is there's a partly used rocket engine sitting down inside of a 180-foot pit dug into the Everglades, partially filled with water now. See that white thing? Mm-hmm. That's it right there. rocket engine, and not any rocket engine, but the biggest ever in the history of the planet. There was a problem during the last test that they did on it. From the research I've gathered, the rocket actually didn't finish burning out completely, so there may actually still be fuel left in the rocket. This is basically a giant test pit for the rocket, probably a good 50 feet across, and it's right underneath us. This is some kind of cover that they put over it, I guess, to keep people out. There'd really be no way down without some serious rappelling gear. Pretty amazing that it's still out here and that it was just left here. You know, you wouldn't think that this kind of thing would just be left to rot. Part of it is there's like a physical challenge, and that's kind of a fun aspect. And another big aspect of it for me is like the art that you can create from it, like taking pictures. It's very rusty. Not sure if I should walk on this. There's all kinds of stuff raining down. See if I can get a couple of pictures from up here. This ladder's pretty stable. Turn it on. This is my car. I got it like stuffed full of goodies inside. It's always ready to go. Got a couple tripods, video camera, hard hat, you know, and then I have my backpack with assorted stuff, just kind of ready to go whenever.
My gear closet, so to speak. It's got other stuff in it, but basically anything I need for exploring is in here.
The closet of exploration gear.
Harnesses and a pump for the raft and a construction worker costume.
These I use in drains and sewers. Caving stuff, backpack, gloves, like batteries and flashlights.
Headlamp.
Got a headlight.
Flashlights.
I have my big flashlight here. It's LED and or halogen.
I don't leave the house without stuff regularly. It's just kind of, you never know when you're gonna find stuff.
As far as gear goes, people think the more time you spend doing this, the more specialized and the more gear you accumulate. And to a certain extent, that's true. Like I've got my, drain board vest. This is the drain board vest. And two all over the place.
An elevator key, which comes in handy if you ever need to get elevator shafts open.
I'm more of a gear minimalist. Some people really love gear, and some people, a lot of why they explore is because they like the gear and they like sorting out what they want to use and what they don't want to use on any given night.
Raincoats for draining.
It kind of helps to have hard hats as a good credibility prop.
These are my waders. This is my cave bag.
This is just like a particulate filter, and it just kind of blocks out dusts and things like that. So just kind of, keep from getting cancer too young.
The really disgusting stuff is like this bag, which I wouldn't touch because I think some of this brown stuff could be sewage.
A couple door stops. These can be a lifesaver, like seriously, because you never know when you'll come across a door that locks behind you.
If you get caught, it's best to have as little as possible on you so they can't charge you with possession of burglary tools, for example. I mean, I try to always just bring a flashlight, a backup light of some kind. adequate footwear.
The people who take a lot of gear are photographers.
I've got my digital camera.
My camera gear and flash and all that stuff.
This is a 1937 Zeiss Icon Meter.
RB67, it's the one I carry with me. This is my C330, it's another medium format camera. There are a few of them. It's my grandpa's Crown Graphic.
My camera's bigger than his. That's bullshit, man.
Pretty much the standbys, just a flashlight. It's all you really need, and a curious drive to see what's there.
Copy that. This belt that I'm wearing actually has Phillips and a flathead screwdriver, as well as wrenches and a bottle opener. That one's really handy. My friends stopped making fun of me for carrying around so much stuff after it saved us a few times.
I really like this bag because it was great to, it looked just like before the bottom broke out and I had to tape it up, it looked just like the pouch Indiana Jones wore, and he carried all his stuff in. So that was my favorite adventuring pouch. I could just shove a little flashlight and a little digital camera in there and go do what I needed to do. Silent has just been like a nickname I've used since the mid-90s or something when I first got on the internet. It's just kind of stuck, and that's how I became to be known, so that's people refer to me. And when you meet up with people you've never met before, you can say, "Hi, I'm Mark," and they won't know who you are. You have to say, "Yeah, I'm a Silent on the boards."
My name is Colleen, my exploring nickname is Flame.
I'm Alexius, I'm Supermeister in UER.
My UER name is Fossil.
My exploring nickname is Any Mouse.
Yeah, my code name is Agent X on UER.
Je m'appelle Christophe, mon pseudo c'est Zoro.
I'm Novello from the Cave Clan in Sydney, Australia.
My name's Junkyard. Got my name because I used to work in a junkyard.
My nickname for urban exploration is Freak. I kind of got that because people would call me a freak in high school when I told them I went in tunnels. And that just sort of stuck for some reason.
I like to call people by their first name if I can learn it, but if I forget it, I'll just call you Junkyard or Max Action or whatever your name happens to be online.
Kiln Tunnel on top of Barn Bluff in Red Wing, Minnesota. Slim Jim Hollison emerging from it.
My exploring name's Slim Jim. Used to be Jim Hollison, so I guess kind of both of them work Slim Jim Hollison. My real name's Eric, but that's a long story. I live in a medium-sized town down in Iowa. Living in Iowa is relatively boring, I must admit. There's nothing exciting or unique about living here. The street looks like most Iowa medium-sized towns. It's got 4 lanes, no center turning lane, occasional stoplights. I would say this is fairly typical of Iowa. I'm an engineer at a local manufacturing company.
That's a John Deere tractor. I'm a chassis continuous improvement design engineer.
I've actually done a bit of engineering work on this one. The hood opens up. I think you can actually rotate it, and if you look inside, the steering wheel rotates along with the wheels. So it's a nice model. That's our mid-range size tractor. Every day, pretty much the same thing. 1 yogurt, 1 apple, and 1 bagel with some meat and cheese on it. Every minute counts in the morning. Every morning I run like that. Why not? It's good exercise, it saves time, and a lot of people at work think I'm pretty crazy to do what I do and that I'm so unusual.
Well, no. Dead end. Okay. If you ask me how long I've been exploring, the best answer would be since I was born.
You want to go this time first?
Sure. It's been innate. It's just been something that is wired in my brain. I don't know that I'm going to make it. When I was in college, I started exploring in Ames and Des Moines, steam tunnels, stuff like that.
Did you see that tunnel up there? No.
Shortly thereafter, give it a year or so, and I met Max Action and started exploring regularly with him. And he was telling us about all these adventures he had had, and apparently he'd been doing this for years, just like I had, and just like the rest of the people there had. And he just seemed like wacky and crazy.
And that's Slim Jim Hollison. He's famous. He's from Iowa,
The big one.
and he's insane. When he comes into town, bringing him to like the places I hang out, and he has a good time. You know, he doesn't care. He's not at all fazed by anything. You know, bringing him to like the punk bar or the punk show or, you know, whatever else, and people are just like, who is this guy?
Right here on the wall, this is the Box Freestone Mine in Britain.
I love maps.
German maps. topographic maps. Maps are really the thing that excite me the most. This is the first map I ever drew, 4 years old. This is Alien Avenue, and as you can tell, it was written in child's handwriting, so you can't really think much of it. Looking for Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's my favorite town in the U.S. because of its intricate and confusing street patterns. Pittsburgh. It's extremely hilly, which means they had to build streets in strange ways, and it's not grid pattern at all. It's just wacky and crazy. My dream job would be to be the City of Pittsburgh traffic engineer. I'm all about traffic efficiency. I don't care about fashion at all. I just get like lots of t-shirts that look the same and wear them. I don't like doing laundry, so I tend to buy a lot of clothes and then just do it every once in a while. But at the same time, I mean, I do care about decorations because it makes life interesting. Rue des Grands Champs, Street of the Grand Champions. It's a lot more exciting than the typical decorations you see in most people's houses. Danger, asbestos hazard. I had a girlfriend for 6 years, and I'm still kind of with her, just kind of sort of. This is us in Paris. She has no real interest in exploring, and I'd love to find a girl that was attractive and interested in exploring, but they're few and far between.
I don't know how deep the water is going to be there, so hopefully this will be enough, but I'm bringing extra socks and shoes. I am graduating this spring from a private college in the Twin Cities. It's a private Christian school. Like, we're not supposed to be going out to clubs, drinking, yeah, that type of thing.
Well, at first I thought she was kind of crazy, but now it's fun. I'll have to go with sometime.
Well, they always want to know where I'm going, so if for some reason I don't return and it's like 3 a.m. and you just kind of wonder what area you should tell the cops to look in. Exploring is never something I ever would have thought that I would have gotten into because it's not the type of person I really am. I've just got my flashlights and headlamp.
Have fun. Thank you. See you guys later. Be safe.
City girl, oh, why do you bother to light up?
The first time I went to some caves, I was really scared, and it kind of got me out of my comfort zone. I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? But I started learning the history of it, and the more I started researching stuff, I started becoming more interested in like the old parts of our city and the parts of our city that people don't see. You're Dan, right? I don't even know if I'm Dan.
We're going to Failing Creek today. It's a creek that they buried about 50 years ago.
You're looking at 10-foot, say about a 10-foot masonry walls, limestone gathered from the area. What you're looking at here is it's the storm water coming from the streets from a smaller system entering a larger system. A lot of people would just think this isn't beautiful, but if you've seen some pictures I've taken, I don't know, I'd say they're beautiful, and I've had other people say that too. And a lot of people don't get to see this, so this is a way to show them.
When you walk like this, it's called drain walking. It's really fun. You get like 6 or 7 people and we're just running through the drains, kind of snaking back and forth. As long as you don't slip, it's fun. If someone asked me what I was like, I wouldn't say I'm an adventurous, explored, inquisitive person. But I guess I maybe am.
My social scene was more connected to like the punk rock scene. The females that are involved in that, you're going to get a lot of them that are perfectly willing to go crawl around in sewers and caves and tunnels. I think it's super, super cool. You know, and get excited about it and call me drunk at 3 in the morning, you know, let's go explore.
Yeah, get that.
Muppies. Oh, there's the picture we were talking about.
Yeah, when the cops pulled up.
Yep, this is about 2 seconds before the cops pulled up and we had to run like hell. Stuff has happened, and on more than one occasion, obviously, and underground, on rooftops, abandoned buildings, whatever, you know. But stuff of a sexual nature. Churches, altars. Yeah.
Steam tunnels?
Yeah.
Caves?
I think so, yeah. Not sewers, though. And we used to have the Action Squad Nudes Gallery. Undressed women in urban ruins and tunnels and places like that where there's good contrast between the, you know, the female form and the jagged, rusty metal and bricks. It definitely wasn't like porn or anything like that, although, judging by my website logs, some people probably are using it as that.
It's like you're driving and all of a sudden you see this weird looking house on the side of the road. You're like, what the hell is that?
There's Xanadu. Sounds hollow.
It's
I mean,
like
if you hit it, it's kind of like hitting a drum. They actually inflated balloons with this, and they poured the stuff on top of
It's
it.
like styrofoam that they poured on top of it, popped the balloons, and that's how they got the shape.
People see us, you know, they're like, hey, up for a little B&E action or something tonight, and it's, you know, we're not really breaking into anything because it's already open for us.
It's not going to work, honey. They got something blocking it.
Them bastards. Okay. They forgot to lock one side. Yeah, it's pretty moldy inside.
It smells
It might
pretty bad.
smell pretty bad in there.
After you.
There's a drunk dude sleeping in here, so... Yeah, there's a drunk dude. You want to see the world's largest and coolest bathtub?
I've done everything I could.
It smells in here, though.
Nothing's done any good. I've done everything I could, but nothing's done any good.
I wonder how many people really came and looked at this building and actually thought about a home like this, and look at it now.
I'm waking the neighborhood. The time is right tonight. The tide is rushing in. The bride is coming.
It's like this thing that's supposed to be the future, the new thing, the new wave. And it's sitting in the middle of Central Florida on Tourist Boulevard, and it's falling apart, and there are, you know, homeless living in it because it's a place to live.
Yeah, you can really see how the thing was made with this. It just looks like cardboard.
What?
I mean, this is...
Touch it again. What is that?
It's a foam.
That's styrofoam. It's like hard styrofoam with like polyurethane on it or something. He's awake. Yeah, he's awake. He's awake. How's it going? I'm just checking out the place. How's it going, man?
Don't take my goddamn picture there.
Get out. Tucked away in a heart, snapping, stripped of its guard. Tucked away in a hole, carefully picked in the yard. Simply slipping through stains, licking cries and sniffling. Something so significant dies. Who's the beast? Who bears the burden? Dirt, prepare for your feast.
If there's a sign saying no trespassing, there's a reason. Decrepit buildings, subway tunnels. It's strictly a hazard to your health.
There's an element of danger kind of in everything you do. There's certainly been places that I've backed out of because I felt it wasn't safe, kind of about common sense.
Our biggest fear is that we'll have, like over in St. Paul last year, several teenage kids died, and it was completely unrelated to exploring.
3 teenagers have died of apparent carbon monoxide poisoning.
A University of Minnesota student is dead after falling 10 stories down an abandoned grain elevator.
We are following up on the deaths of 3 teenagers. The entrance to that particular cave is sealed off.
It probably actually would have been okay if the city had not filled in the entrances.
It's just like any other form of dangerous hobby, like paragliding, skydiving, like skiing even. There's a danger and it's real and it's there, but if you do things right, you can minimize it.
When you're underground, it's kind of an experience that, you know, anything could happen. There's always that thought in your mind when you're climbing up something like this, well, what if the gear fails, you know? What if you fall that 70 feet to the jagged rock below?
Grab the hole in it.
Seth, or as people know him, Dev, was an explorer in the Chicago area and kind of known around the world. Seth was just a great explorer that you could look up to. He loved exploring places, photographing them, and then after that, researching them and their history. He was out photographing trains one night to get some night shots of trains and was hit by a train. About a week after Seth's death, we all got together in Gary, Indiana at a City Methodist Church, which is one of his favorite spots to actually go explore. We just all got together and kind of made a shrine with pictures and photographs, and his friends showed up, his family showed up. They kind of wanted to see, you know, what Seth enjoyed doing in his free time. You know, everybody is careful, and
there is that risk, though, always of something happening, and, you know, whether it be a small injury or a bad injury or even death, you know, maybe people just be a little more careful in what they do. His last photo is on the website, and at least we assume it's the last photo based on what they were able to recover from his camera.
It was Max, me, Danarchy, and Captain Nordic. We decided we wanted to go find this place called Stallman's Cellars under the brewery.
We were under West 7th in St. Paul. There's a sewer maze labyrinth over there. Looking at the maps, it seemed like the best way to go would be just go down West 7th. Well, that's a main road, and it's also a main sewer tunnel.
We had found the sewer maps on a website, which was then accessible, and we found an entrance to this maze, like, over this way somewhere, and over here's where the cellars were.
So we could have either gone through the active brewery and tried to find a way down, or we could go through the sewers.
We went down what I call the SSSSP, slippery, slithery, something slide of piss.
Just stagnant sewage, you know, like bubbling. You step in it, your feet are like sticking in the muck at the bottom and bubbles come up, and it was pretty gross, and it stunk really bad.
We keep ourselves pretty well protected from stuff touching us. Whenever we go in there, wear raincoats, chest waders, you know, long rubber gloves that go up to our elbows, and it still really doesn't feel like enough.
Well, it's hard to move quickly through thigh-deep sewage because it's all mucky and sticky down in the bottom, like foot or so, and then plus you're in just, you know, liquid up to your waist almost. It was covered in cockroaches on the ceiling, more cockroaches than I've seen anywhere else, all over the ceiling. And when you came by with your light, they get all freaked out and scuttle around and bump into each other and fall, so it was like raining cockroaches.
We went on for about maybe 3 blocks or so through this sludge. It was, I'd say, about 6 inches of just plain poop on the floor. You had to squelch your foot through every time you stepped, and then above that was about 2 feet of liquid pee with some poop floating around in it. And so we walked through this crap, but eventually we got to a point where the air was so bad I was starting to say, you know, guys, I'm feeling lightheaded. We should really turn around. And then everyone else was like, you know, you're right. I feel the same way. We should really turn around. And one of the guys had asthma, so that was doubly dangerous.
We were all breathing very shallowly.
I stopped and realized my heart was just going like really, really fast. And I asked the other guys if they were feeling weird, and everybody said they were. And
what the fuck? It's not good air in here. And I was actually the one to say that, except Max says in his story that he was. Maybe nobody remembers because we were all too dazed out from the bad air to think about it.
You don't necessarily notice as you're walking into it because methane doesn't really have a smell. It does in those sewers actually kind of form solid clouds in the air, but we weren't very savvy to that at the time.
But as we kept going up the tunnel, the air started getting really hazy, and you could see like a haze of gas of some kind in the air.
I was feeling like I just didn't really have all my wits about me, and I was about to fall over basically, and I knew if it kept on for like a few more minutes I would pass out.
I didn't know if I was about to lose consciousness or, you know, whatever else, but I was like, I'm not going to pass out and fall and float around in the sewage.
Because if one person passed out, you know the next person's going to try and carry them out of the tunnel, because otherwise they'd fall into the sludge and drown. And then that person's going to pass out trying to carry them out, so then we'd all end up dying.
That was definitely a tense time, you know, thinking that we could run out of air and pass out in these sewers. Our bodies would eventually be found washed up on the grate at the waste treatment plant.
In a situation like that, you should just try to get out and get help, because if you try to help them, then you're going to succumb.
I wasn't even thinking about what the likelihood of us dying is, because I was too preoccupied thinking just stay calm, don't get your adrenaline up too much or else you might exhaust yourself or need more oxygen. Just move quickly and calmly out of the tunnel.
I didn't even really have time to be scared. I don't know if I was scared. I was just like, you know, we got to get out of here.
So we turned around and kind of hightailed it out of there.
Then we got back to where the air was fresher and just sat down and enjoyed the air and then got out of there.
Oh, we were all a little sick, but nobody actually got like a disease or anything like that.
If you got to go through the poop to get to an amazing extensive cave system, I'll do what it takes because I'm that motivated to go see what's down there, and Max and Danarchy and the others are too.
They're nasty places with real dangers. This is the ever famous snotsicles that grow in the sewers. When you touch them, they're jelly-like. Here's what we're looking for. This is a rope ladder that we'd use to get from one level of the sewers down into another level of the sewers. The brown coloration and some of the mud on there is probably poop.
This tunnel we're in is it's a CSO, a combined sewer overflow. The brownish stuff on the wall here runs here is sewage. Evaporated sewage in many cases. Or as we're fond of saying, shitsicles.
Ready? Check it out. Somebody shine a light down there. It goes down a ways.
Oh, it's a big
tunnel. Yes! It's really nice to be around a large group of people with similar interests and a similar drive to see these things. I love it. It never really happened until about 2 years ago when the internet really took off, and the people that were interested in exploring who were in the community online went up exponentially. It shot up fast. UER is, at this point, it's grown to be the website which is used by the most, as far as I know, the greatest number of explorers in the US and Canada. The only time I'll post on a forum is when I have plans to go to a specific town. I'll be like, hey, what's up? I'm thinking of coming to town. You guys up for exploring somewhere? And people will be like, yeah, let's go see this or let's go see that. It's like a way to arrange plans. We're here for the Europex Scotland Exploring Convention, which is going to be really exciting. Pretty much maps and more maps. Random notes on a bunch of places. A couple two-way radios just in case. Right now, as far as I know, we're just heading over to the bar and meeting up with the group. I can't recall exactly where they were going to take us today, but it'll be fun. It'll be a surprise. It's meeting new people that are exciting to meet, and definitely, I always love meeting new explorers. I'm used to meeting explorers like that, and I feel comfortable with them, even if I've never met them before.
I'm Graham. What's that? Graham. The name is Greg Glasgow. PGCC 93. Head in Glasgow. And you are Matt. Matt. Pleased to meet you, Matt. And this is
Louise. Develop.
Pleased to meet you. Name is Graham.
Sean.
Pleased to meet you, man.
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. Just a man.
It's so exciting to meet people, like-minded people with similar interests and talk about the same things. And then they tell their stories, and it's like, wow. I didn't know that place existed. Wow, there's all this exciting stuff out from wherever they're from. Man, it's just so exciting to meet people who love exploring and have similar interests and similar outlooks on life.
Because if there is,
Top of Zootek, what's your name, mate?
Sean.
Sean, how's it going? All right. I know you. You said a good night then, eh? Top of Zootek.
What's that?
Sorry?
I was
Oh, right, hi, how you doing?
Well, I've met everyone so far, just kind of. I mean, you got to work to make conversation, but with other explorers with similar interests, you just start talking to them, and you can tell them anything you know about exploring. It's exciting.
I've never met anyone before, but I've known them off the forum, so just putting faces to names is quite a good thing.
You've only known these people from the internet, right?
Yeah, but because we've got the same interest, so it doesn't feel that bad.
Open now, so if you move your ass, you'll meet us, man. Now I'm going to just check, is everyone here? 16 seats on the bus. The bus is just over the bridge here, alright?
No, it's definitely at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. No, that's because the lights kind of just kept going red just as soon as you go.
On the scale of dangerosity, 1 being a play park, 10 being a slaughterhouse, this is a 6. Right? The floors are fucked, the roofs are fucked, the bricks are fucked, and if you're not careful, you get fucked as well.
Anyone?
That's the one I was then. What?
In America, typically this would be trashed even if they did have security, but no one's come up and smashed the glass. Exploring is just something that the majority of people in the world would frown upon and say, oh no, that's trespassing, that's bad, or no, that's dirty, I don't want to do that, or why the hell do you do that? That doesn't make sense.
The wards are over there. We'll go and get a look at them if you want. Avoid this hole in the floor.
Nope, Slim Jim's missing as well. Right, we're on our way out.
There's an extra floor up there, and then you can kind of go over to the tower. You can't get up the tower because it's all rotten, but
It was brilliant, I think. It was quite unusual. I'm used to more, well, drier buildings, rather.
I loved it. Really? Cheers, yeah.
What did you like about it?
Just the atmosphere, thinking that people live there and die there. That's why I came.
None of us died, none of us got arrested, so that was a resounding success.
The UE community is typically made up of people who are more honest and open and accepting of other sorts of lifestyles and of oddities in people and people who don't follow the mainstream as much.
It looks incredible. I really didn't think we were going to a castle until we got to here. But yeah, that's amazing.
We are quite brazen, admittedly. Just walking into an unsafe building.
I said either come out or I'll have to call the police.
I think we were spotted on the way in.
They said that we had to get permission to get in.
What's your complaint exactly?
What's your complaint exactly? You're trespassing on buildings.
There's no trespass law in Scotland, so what's your complaint exactly?
Bobby, it's not worth it, mate. Just read it. If you just kind of just move on and then that'll be fine, okay? And then try and get permission and come back.
It says who?
It says
why?
danger.
It says danger, keep out. If it says danger, bukkake, what would that mean?
Oh,
nothing.
Don't be such an arsehole, man, because that says danger, keep out, and that's what it means. This is not helping your case. It's not at all.
I mean, in the U.S., there'd be cops all over the place if we would have got caught like that. It's insane. I love it over here.
I loved it even more being on top of the castle when that happened because I could look down on them. If he looked up, he'd be even more upset to see someone up on top of the tower than he would to see someone walking out of the bottom.
Okay. Thank you.
And then Turbo Zutek, after he left, he said, let's all go back in. But then he said later we should all leave again because the cops are going to arrive any minute now.
Okay, so anyone inside the castle, get the fuck out.
It's the Chopper Coppers! Uptown, downtown, countryside, nationwide, there's an itch of feeling working on our brains. We're headed up to here with the world out there. One thing is for sure.
This is what you call a seminary. So basically this would have been where priests were trained, because they don't just make that shit up.
It's amazing.
It's an altar, apparently.
It's the whole building. It's cart.
Oh,
this is an altar.
And this is the sacrifice.
We've got side streets every like 10 mile block, and there's like.
I look like I'm a respectable, hardworking do-gooder Iowan, but when it really comes down to it, that's mostly true.
I am looking at the torch. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the party.
But at the same time, if you see me in a situation with certain friends, I'll be cussing and just acting goofy and drinking and stuff.
I'm smoking a fag.
We got Slim Jim drunk, which was an amazing thing of science.
The Americans say, no, you're drunk. You're going to get arrested. Now. This guy just say, okay, you're drunk. Go down to the fire. Have a party.
I'm not shy around explorers. I'm shy around surface people who like watch baseball on TV and drink a few beers and talk about work and do just ordinary stuff. But around explorers, I'm more relaxed.
I mean, I'm no psychologist or anything, but there's a whole lot of bonding happening down there, you know.
You go, oi, you, oi, oi. You're going to thrust the neck forward. Oi, you, oi, yeah.
We know each other a good bit better now, which is handy because the whole bond of trust thing's been built up, because tonight we're going to a very interesting location.
They've stopped already. Go away.
Maybe we should get off the road.
We should go high and
Down. That's not the bus?
No, it's a Polish, really.
It says police right outside.
Really?
It's like a bus to leave. Yeah, we heard people.
There's definitely rabbits around.
No, they've stopped.
Oh, no, fuck off. Fuck.
Shit.
A cop car just pulled in. I thought it was the bus, but apparently it's a cop car and they might be going after someone else, but we just kind of dove into the bush here just as a precaution, so.
No, there's no way I'll get in, but you'll get in, no problem.
We're gonna go. The cops left, but they can come back round from the other side. We're going to try and get in. Keep low till we get the other group in.
What am I doing? I can't see anything.
Okay, we've come to Ravens Park. Our normal method of entry isn't available to us, so at the moment we're just making another one. So I'm going to get the door open for everyone else, hopefully.
It's very extensive. I like the number of wings you can go down. You never know. We came in on one side. We didn't know how far it could go in any direction, but we keep going on one wing and it branches off in many different directions.
she's generally being affected by places like this because she's worked in them. No matter what, we were getting in here. I was convinced. We don't drive like 45 miles from Glasgow when I'm this tired to turn around and go, oh no, and you walk away. So we were getting in here. Today's Sunday, which will be the last day, conclusion day. So pretty tired, happy but tired. And today we're just pretty much winding down. We're just out for a wander and we decided to kill some time at the Botanics Garden Station, and we came along and wouldn't you know it, this fence is open.
Oh, you have a sign-in sheet here?
Right there?
Oh, the sticker? Oh, hey, I see. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, they did an excellent job of it. It's definitely by far the best planned out exploring convention I've attended.
And it's basically, this is closing day, the 5th of June 2005, first ever Europex outside of basically the United States, etc., etc. But this has been the best, I reckon, ever. Gentlemen, ladies, a toast to you all. Thank you. Cheers. Way!
Having a whole group of people going to a site is just fantastic the way things are going these days, getting these conventions together and everything. I never would have dreamed of it.
As you can see, there are many tourists going, taking pictures, and they are walking and looking at buildings, many very beautiful buildings, and nobody can imagine that underground there is another life for people, and there is a network of galleries, of ancient quarries.
Je suis descendu hier, j'ai plus trop de batterie, on verra bien ce que ça va donner, mais enfin bon.
Tonight we're going underground. We are, in fact, here we're in the Montparnasse district, and we are going to enter into the quarries, also called the catacombs, by a manhole. And we're going to have just a little party.
Should I put the camera down?
No, it's okay. It's okay. They won't say anything. We do anything wrong yet.
Are they
well, we all.
You think they know?
I look like a caterpillar, so yes, of course.
Ah bah c'est bien. C'est bien. Ouais, c'est bien.
We're gonna go down a ladder at about 25-30 meters. There is water underground, something like that. And we're gonna walk to the place where the party is and join the others.
Oh, sorry.
Oui.
Ah d'accord, à la plaque directement. D'accord, ça marche. On y va, let's go.
There is another rule, the rule of secrets. We don't tell things to everybody, only friends tell us that, well, you know what, it's open, you can go there. If you want, you can go with me. That's how it works.
De quoi faire bouffer une caserne.
Ah, vas-y, dépêche. I will light.
Parce que là, il y a un mec qui
bouger, donc je mets mon pignon, j'attends.
So we're underground now.
Tu vas voir, tu passes à la machine, tu peux te baigner. Bon, on file.
Ouais, on file plein nord là.
On passe comment?
On a rendez-vous à la salle à l'Anschluss.
Ah, ça va, vous voulez la faire?
Bah non, mais on a rendez-vous à l'Anschluss avec Bréwal, Yann et compagnie.
On a rendez-vous à l'intérieur,
Ouais, bah on fait le temps.
How do you know where you are?
Because I'm used to this place,
What?
this way. And sometimes it's written on the walls. It used to be a shelter for civilians during the World War II. When they were bombing Paris, civilians were coming underground to protect themselves. We're gonna go by the German bunker.
C'est bon, je compte sur toi pour les motiver. Ouais.
Here we're into the German bunker under the Lycée Montaigne. It was built by the German during the World War II, and it was the place where they were protecting themselves from bombing and so on. Here are the signs to indicate the soldiers where they can go. If you follow the black arrow, you go out from where we came. And we're gonna follow, I think, the red one. Here we are on a guy who's called Philibert Asper, who got lost in the quarries the 3rd of November 1793, and he was discovered 11 years after. His body, his bones.
So what do you think when you see that?
It's the first cataphil. It's the first of us.
Putain, là, je suis concentré en conneries. Évidemment, tu rigoles. C'est dommage, hein. Il y a une époque. Bon, allez, bon retour. Marco, tout ça, Ariane, Bréwal, Tibor, Mélodie, qui est le meilleur d'entre nous. Qu'est-ce this is the best. Having a glass of wine, underground with friends, having some good food.
What are you reading?
Taboulet, le balise Taboulet.
That's a pashisha. I don't know what it's in English.
We say usually that people represent in the catacombs what's on the surface. And I know a cataphil who's head of a big society, is very rich, and some others are really poor, and some are into computers, and some are scientifics, and some are teachers, and there's a big variety of people.
This one
is a webmaster. I work in finance, and well, the other ones I don't quite know, students, and it's a mix. You meet someone, you always ask, who are you, where are you coming from, where did you enter? If someone's behaving in a strange way, well, you know it. It's strange, and you spot them somehow. Now and then there are parties. You meet people when walking around. You have tracks and you meet someone.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
It's a map from underground, part of Parisian underground. It's going in some of famous Parisian buildings, like prison, jail, santé. It's not easy to find. This is a very recent one, 4 months ago, from the beginning of the year. And we have better maps than cops.
Does it smell like guy, boy? No, it's woman? It smells like underground. Ah. Here, just here.
Just aside, just sitting there.
Have a look there.
Yeah.
Well, bones, just sitting on bones gets kind of boring at the end. The first time you see some bones, you're like kind of excited, but then it's just boring.
Ouais, moi, ça fait 5-6 ans que j'ai pas été, je vais aller penser. Non, mais tu sais, franchement, j'ai arrêté.
There it is.
C'est vrai. Franchement,
Well, it's just full of bones. It's not usual.
La première fois que tu...
Non, c'est pas la première fois que je viens. Mais la première fois que je suis venu, c'était avec elle. J'avais 10 ans.
10 ans?
Ouais. Je vais rentrer là, je vais ressortir là-bas.
C'est puissant en général.
Quelle fille est ta mère?
Là-bas, là.
On prendrait bien un, parce que celui-là, je sais qu'il est de l'époque.
Baguette and pâté. It's very good on the ground. Will you have a piece? It's good. Everything is good on the ground.
Non mais regarde aussi ce qui t'attend, c'est pour ça.
For when you like it, in fact you love it, you go very often. And when you don't like it, you go once and you never come back. I can't explain why I go underground really, but I like that and that's all.
How's it going, man?
Go take the goddamn picture.
Yeah.
What's that?
You're under arrest.
I'm under arrest?
You're under arrest. Oh, yeah. No, just don't take
We're
a picture.
friends, honey. We're just sitting here taking pictures of the
Do not
building.
take my picture.
Oh, we won't take your picture.
Okay,
No,
good.
I'm just doing the building. That's
Yeah,
all.
not you. We don't care about you.
Man,
No problem.
hey, listen.
We're shooting upstairs. We're going
Yeah.
up there.
Don't shoot me, though.
No, we won't take your picture. We don't.
Go ahead, go.
Going up.
This is your home, man. We don't want to screw with that.
No. You're a good lady.
So you're going to show us around? It's your house.
Are you married yet?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
All the good ones are taken.
Thank you, guys. You guys are cool. Hey,
It's definitely an interesting style of house.
we can grow marijuana in here, man.
It gets hot enough
You
in
like
the
weed?
summer, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he's not homeless. He's got the home of the future, but
Xanadu means the house.
It's just going on and on about the 50 bazillion different things. I was in Vietnam. I worked for Bill Gates. I knew the guys who built the house. And
Ron and Dan and John built this place in 1984. And the power's been on ever since then, and nobody knows. It sure is.
That's great, though.
Oh, yeah. I fixed the majority of this. Listen, when I first got here, this place was really trash. Just don't tell nobody, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows.
ain't their damn business.
We'll see you again.
We'll be back.
We'll be back down sometime, man. Yeah.
You're always welcome.
It's a weird thing to see a homeless guy living in something that was supposed to be this whole kind of, utopian, eco-friendly type thing, and now it's all falling apart. And it's kind of a weird irony, I guess.
We got a decent light.
Unfortunately, we don't. I was just checking for one.
Sure, you want to do the first one down?
Headlamp, we got the dead spotlight.
Man, that's really fucking tall.
Sure, you want to go down first?
I think so. Just give me a second. Wow, that's a long fucking drop. Yeah, somebody's gonna seriously fucking die down here. Alright, I'm ready, I guess. Ready as I'm gonna be.
Away we go. What's that? Oh, I thought you said somebody's coming. That's even worse yet.
What?
Yeah, in fact, if you want, just hold on to that thing for now, just to make sure. No, just let a little slack on the rope. All right, there. Yeah, just hold it, or just keep your foot on it or something, just to make sure it don't go anywhere. Because when it comes up, it's going to jerk around a little bit.
Okay.
Fucking looks like the damn SWAT team or something. Some secret spy music.
Okay. Weights on it. Holy shit. This is fucking scary.
Yeah. Just go nice and easy.
What? What do you say?
The headlamp's good. Just go on down.
Okay. We're down. Oh, wow.
You're a third of the way.
This is crazy. This is the most insane thing I've ever done.
I can barely even see anymore.
Jerry?
What?
There's a kink in the room.
What?
What?
You're gonna have to shake it out.
It's behind, it's right out there.
Huh? You're gonna have to shake it out, man.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a serious problem, dude.
Huh?
It's a big problem right now.
Yeah, you gotta shake it out.
I can't grab it. It's right in my hand.
Grab that ascender and start clipping yourself in so you can pull yourself up. Shit, now you're getting a fucking crash course. Okay, cool. Yeah, always make sure the rope's got a straight course all the way down before you go. Yeah. One small step for man, one large step for mankind.
Taking pictures down there, kind of snapped this shot of myself. Thought it was pretty cool. It's my favorite picture from the whole trip.
Yeah, well, I'm just there you are. Just to help you around. This is the hard part. I'm really fucking tired.
Oh my God.
You got to see your missile.
You know, I've never really been that deep, far underground anywhere. My friends were just like a little point of light way up there, like, 90 feet above my head. Looking back on it, it was probably borderline, suicidal to do, but we really wanted to get in there. And it was worth it, just the pictures I've got and the memories of that. In some ways, one of the dumbest things we've done. It just could have been a very bad situation, if other stuff went wrong. If you want to do something kind of outside the limits of the safe and sanitized world that most people kind of live in, you got to be willing to accept the risks that come along with it.
I just went up ahead and checked it out and found the raft.
Here's the flooded tunnel that we're going to have to navigate. The raft is around the bend.
It's not just about the actual going out and getting into the places. It's kind of about the way you look at things and the way you experience reality.
And then we go this way.
There's always going to be like, I see some door that says, employees only, and I'm like, hey, I'm not going to get in trouble if I just walk through this and pretend I'm looking for a bathroom and I'm lost.
That's a raft right there.
It's a style. Easy. Let's move over
Well, the sun was finally setting. The summer had been an awful mess. That's okay, doesn't matter anyway.
This is exploring for me now, more than going out and doing stuff. Is like living with a girl and with her dog.
I'll meet you outside your window. We'll disappear in the shadows. Let's go.
It's called a powered paraglider.
As you can see, it's welded.
It's AM time, and we've got knitting pens and nursery rhymes. The lights fade in the distance, driving away from the skyline. We've got the world in our headlights, and everything will be alright. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm laying low. I'm creeping up, pushing my breath, just quiet, no speakers, speaking from shadows. Corners of phantom with steps. Cold hand with a knife to decapitate. You can't cut surgically with a shaky hand. And honestly, my nerves are shot again. So please be a doll and rest your head in my hands. You can't cut surgically with a shaky hand. And honestly, my nerves are shot again. Let me treat you like a doll and snap your neck in my hand. In my hand is this blade was a gift, and I never wanna give it back. It's a slave to my fist. A little bit to help it to relax. I'm amazed it'll stay sharp forever, and if I take what we care of this shit, it won't go away. And I played house, I laid foundation, but I think I was a little much. Not enough coupons cut, but a whole lot of lost trust. And I'm dazed, I could play smart forever, just wasn't down for whatever. You know that shit went away, but I like tough. I walk tall and cook and carry a big bag of wrenches, and if you call or play mechanic, fake till I fix it. Sick as it is, I'm sticking to this, holding you to the shape. All I got's that cold curve with that blade, so I'm sunburned. That should tell you what's what. I got nick, I'm pressing just to keep the blood in the cut. Fade to black like a hemophiliac, fully afflicted. I'm sick of the snap, killing this in me. You can't cut surgically with a shaky hand, and honestly, my nerves are shot again. So please be a doll and rest your head in my hands. You can't cut surgically with a shaky hand, and honestly, my nerves are shot again. Let me treat you like a doll and snap your neck in my hands. And it's gone, wash your hands of this. And I know you're never looking back, don't just stand there, just